Alrighty, we are back once again showcasing Artosis's ladder journeys, and ever since I said I hardly ever get any games on Dominator, I feel like that's now pretty much the only map that I'm getting. So this must be the third, possibly even the fourth one of Artie's TVPs that I've done on this map recently. It's a map that's conducive to pressure. It's a reverse map where you go up to your natural and down into your main. It's kind of modeled on the 3-player structure that they use with maps similar like Sylphid, etc. But it does lend itself to some pretty fun games. We've done a few TVPs of Artie on this map where he has unfortunately come up short. His opponent today is JDU_Meteor. I think JDU is a clan of some sorts because I've seen this used by multiple players on the ladder. So I am looking forward to today's matchup. It's going to be some fun indeed. So we're just starting with a standard gateway. We don't have to worry about our good friend Nexus first. As I always like to do, is monitor my friend Artosis' factory timing. So that's probably the first thing we're going to do. This player is English as well. Is Mr. Meteor typing slow game. I don't know if he's maybe translating that there's some latency issues. Difficult to know. We'll see if Artosis replies. Gonna harass our probe. I actually told myself I would stop doing that. It's just such it's such an automatic habit to sing along to the Terran music. But I do get comments from time to time going, dude, can you stop doing that do thing? Which is fair enough. Fair enough, absolutely. I'm also working on trying not to get too sidetracked in my line of thought, because I was getting some 235, 234, not great on our factory timing. Target is about 230. Highly optimized, it can be done at 227. I'm getting some feedback on when I go down on a tangent and I'm talking about something that I still need to sort of pay attention and keep my eye on the game. I'm getting, because I cast in a little bit of a lag. The lag is shortening because now it's the 31st of January and this will be a game that's released in February. Low IQ, oh my god, okay, so it's already it's already starting. So the lag is shorter, and why that matters is feedback that I'm getting on videos I'm able to respond to quite a bit quicker. So today, for example, the video where I spoke about fire came out, or at least all the comments and the feedback on that one, and it's been really good. I've actually appreciated the feedback. When I watched it back, I found myself going, bro, this is maybe a bit cringe. I don't think you should have done this. But to my surprise, lots of people gave feedback, asked questions, and it was pretty cool. I'm not saying I'm going to do that over and over again. I think it's something that we will just kind of play by ear. But for those who have given feedback and helped me enjoy a little bit of a growth spurt on the channel, it is much appreciated. So this pressure was nicely fended off. I think doing the bunker play here was pretty good. Proactive play from Artie. And looks like our Protoss is probably just going to transition now into his standard build. He's getting his range. Artosis going, well, I don't detect range on your Dragoons. I'm going to try and apply a little bit of counter pressure. This one Dragoon's quite low. I think he could pick him off. Pretty good kiting here. Lots of missed shots. Oh, both are very red. I think he's kind of got to follow it through now, surely. Come on! Nah. Does decide to pull back. I think it's probably a good time to get our expansion going. We're researching mines before we expand, so I think from an economic point of view, we're going to be quite a far way behind as a result of the start. Does have his scouting SCV in there. Would have probably seen the timing on the robo. So 2-gate robo, very standard. We'll see if this guy goes into Reavers or if he plays a different style. Artosis is still feeling inclined to move forward. He's expanding now as he's doing this. I think he wants to try and pick off those low Dragoons. We've got one here and one here. So these two are quite low. So you'd have to click and target fire them, which is Obviously a little bit of micro. Also has researched mines, so could perhaps lay a few defensive mines here until observers are out. Or perhaps he's just going to park off here and see. We will know very, very soon either which way. Okay, so he's going to go for it. I think 5 Dragoons versus 1 tank and a few Marines. I don't know the math on this, but I'm not feeling good for Artosis. Targets down the tanks. Target down the tank very crisply. The mines, though, could be the big difference maker, especially if they get dragged here. The probes are doing some serious work, though. Just needs to not trip this mine. That's actually the key. He does have an observer in production. This mine does get tripped on the way up from the rallying Dragoon. And that's going to be the end of the pressure. So where are we in this game? We've got 27 SCVs versus 19 probes. Our Protoss has missed a lot of probe cycles considering he's had 2 Nexuses or Nexi. I always hate the freaking plural of that. And RD has had his command center, his second command center, for quite a lot shorter, but has not missed workers on his primary command center, and as such has got an 8 worker lead, which is really going to help him or hold him in high esteem in the mid-game and as this game progresses forward. So we've got some idle workers here. This Protoss doesn't, at least from a mechanical point of view, seem particularly strong. I'm not saying he's bad, but he's definitely not the best I've seen or that I cast. And I'm comparing him to the standard of Protoss play that I cast where Artosis is matching. So it's kind of all comparable to each other, if that makes any sense. Obviously smurfing is a thing. But yeah, he seems to be just a little bit weaker than average. All of Artosis' accounts are A rank. I was actually on Seawall this morning looking for a couple of new games. And yeah, so definitely matching with people in that 2200 to 2000 MMR range on a consistent basis. Well, we're laying mines. We're going to have an eye on what's cooking in expansion timings. We are 3-gate observer. We're soon going to be 3-gate Reaver. Speed so shuttle is being researched, so some Reaver pressure is incoming. Observer has got a very good view of what's happening in Artosis space and can also probably identify a couple of weak spots. Some proactive or preemptive turrets are being made, so we should have some Reaver defense, and we'll see what if any damage the Reaver can get done. Must be ready to be on its way. So Observer almost gets wiped up by the turret. Has got 1 hit point left. Flying around here just to make sure no hidden expansions exist. Not really an Artosis thing. Doesn't do anything sneaky very often. Not saying he never does it, but I can't recall having done a game of his in recent times where he's done a sneak expansion or something like that. Now, where is my shuttle? I like the orange. Orange actually works quite nicely on the minimap, and the teal sort of turquoise green also. So decent original colors. Here is our shuttle. It's got nothing in him for the time being. It's about to load up. Here we go. Load him. Hello. There we go. See what else he loads into the shuttle, making it so he's just going to go with 2 Reavers. So it's sort of a delayed Reaver timing. Terrans are used to facing this Reaver harassment for quite a sustained period. I'd say between, say, 6.5 minutes if it's a rush, right the way up to 10 minutes. Reaver harassment is a definite possibility, and you'll obviously get variations where they put a Dragoon and a Reaver in a shuttle, they put 2 Zealots and a Reaver in a shuttle, or in this case, what it looks like our Protoss is going to do is just put 2 Reavers straight in the shuttle. Artosis getting a very nicely timed 3rd base off of 2 factories. So this isn't the 5-fac low upgrade style that I'm seeing a lot, what I'm dubbing factory man. This is going off of 2 factories with machine shops onto our 3rd base pretty early, and then getting our production exploding. So we'll have to monitor how he transitions from 2 factories at the moment to Probably around 7 when he's fully saturated his 3 bases. The main purpose of the harassment from Reavers is actually just to try and delay your Terran opponent taking a 3rd base without any delays or sort of challenging at all. Artosis pretty much has been able to get his 3rd up and running. Our Protoss, though, with his observers seeing what they've seen, would have a sense that Artosis is playing more of a macro game, and as such feels safe expanding to a 4th base as well, and a 5th. So we can see a very big macro explosion. This is the area of the game where I feel Artosis's results in TVP are determined. When the Protoss transitions from any sort of pressure play to macro and just making nexuses, probes, not really focusing too much on units, I feel that that's the window where there are some timings for the Terran to pressure and try and knock down some bases. And I feel that he lets his Protoss opponents get away with murder here. And by the time he moves out, his Protoss has got so much economy, so much macro, so many gateways, that the strategy that his opponent is employing actually just doesn't matter that much. It just comes down to pure money or resources. So I'd love your feedback on strategically where you guys feel his games are going right and where they're going wrong. Obviously, I don't know the result of this game. I'm just speaking about some recent games that I've done of RT, particularly TVP and particularly on Dominator, right? So I'm just calling out the trend and what I'm seeing. And then every time we do a game, we kind of just go, well, what if any adjustments are we seeing? "75 pros versus 68 SCVs." So this is a very econ heavy style from both players, so should lend itself to a bit of fun for sure. Okay, I'm sensing a lull in the game. Nobody's harassing anyone. Nobody seems to be planning to attack anytime soon. The plan from the guys on both sides is to mass up, to macro up. Protoss is going to try and take hundreds of bases, wait to see when Terran moves out, get some good engagements, and then probably just remax a billion times. This guy once again just looks like he's gateway man. I mean, he's got no take. He's getting the sample archives, is researching storms, so he could be gateway man with storm support. We'll see if he gets the shuttles in and uses the drops, dropping the high Templars on top of the clusters, dropping the zealot bombs, getting a lot of storms off. That seems to be the style nowadays. And boy, do we have good vision on the map if we are our Protoss. This is absolutely insane. So every available base, he's got vision on it. So this is definitely going to help him a lot as this game progresses. Artosis kind of preemptively indicating what his 4th base expansion might look like. However, this location probably be a lot easier, at least for his 4th base. So this then potentially becomes a 5th if we do go that far. Alrighty, so where are we? Here we are, just clearing away our SCVs and some vultures that we're harassing. We're moving out. Our Reavers were stranded. That was sad. And looks like Artosis has had enough chilling. Even though his opponent is maxed out, he wants to move across the map and he wants to pressure. Question will be, where is he going to go? Looks like he's going to do this base here. The challenge always for a Terran is to move your big, slow, clunky army all the way across the map. And then you face a counterattack like he's about to face right now. And that's where shit just gets chaotic, right? You're like, well, what do I do now? Do I send my army back, which is, if we can look on the minimap, exactly what he's doing? Or do I continue with my attack? It's almost like these opponents just have the sixth sense, like they know exactly when he's moving. And then they seem to be able to counter pressure his 3rd base, which is what's happened here. Not too many workers have lost. I think he's potentially lost a couple. And once all the tanks get up here, which they now have, Protoss thinks better of this and gets out of dodge. So that delayed him for sure. I'm just trying to see where he's got more gateways. He's not actually taken the other main in this match, which means he's relying on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 gates, which is not actually that many considering the number of bases and the general state of play. Both players are starting to bank up some money because they've just got quite a lot of bases themselves. I think the key in this match will really just be how quickly or how easily will Artosis be able to take the 4th base. So here we're going to have an engagement, and Artosis is sieged up here, but these tanks are so ripe for the storming. I did see him research storm, but I don't see any High Templars with this army right yet. Once again, we're doing the counter. So this is just the play, right? So you can't fight this army. It's just too damn strong. So just run around and counterattack, and that's what's happening. So that command center is gone. That 3rd base is gone. So now we're at 2 basing terrain all of a sudden. And yes, we are sieged up on the front door. Yes, we're going to knock down base number 5, and we are right on the doorstep here of the natural. But how much damage does this army get allowed to sort of freely do, unchecked and unchallenged, is going to be the big question for sure. Oh, mines, bro. Mines. That command center is now finished. Okay, Nexus gone. So he's knocked down 2 bases in exchange for 1. But he's everywhere. Look at him. Look how much orange there is. There's just Protoss everywhere we look. 2 shuttles here. I don't know what's in them. Keep an eye on those shuttles now. Dragoons. Zealots. Storm. No storm? Storm. Another base knocked down. So he's killed 3 Nexus already. So he killed this one, and this one. So this is going pretty well. And the Protoss' challenge is that he didn't have another source to produce units. He now does. So he's producing units out of the other main, and this is so critical, and this is also what makes essentially Gateway Man a viable strategy, because it's coupled with Macro Man. Yeah, I just made up a term, Macro Man. What are you going to do? Sue me? It's a good one. Alright, so we're just chilling here. These units are kind of parking off. I think he's shuttling them out. And now suddenly there's a decent amount of units. Oh, that was a very nice Reaver hit. That was decent Reaver micro there. Dropped down 2, picked off 3 tanks, ran back. Predominantly Dragoons here. I think our Protoss needs to switch out his composition with a few Zealots. So he is going to back away. Some decision time for Artosis. Does he pressure another base, or does he try and reduce the amount of production capacity? Both, I think, are very good options. Lots and lots of shuttles, so definitely a better caliber of player. Using shuttles very effectively so far, just to ferry around units into these little skirmishes as they're going along. Artosis now potentially looking to try and take a base down here himself. I don't think this base is going to survive. Just lots of tanks. Goliaths as well, as a counter to the shuttles. So plenty of vulnerable bases. 152 plays 145. This has been a real scrap of the game. Just is moving around here, blocking another expansion. Another drop. Zealots. The shuttle use here has been excellent. Really, really excellent. I think that's been a big, big difference maker. Using shuttles very, very effectively to trade decently with strong mechanical Terran units. Hasn't thrown down many storms, just been using shuttles very, very effectively. So 160 plays 129. Artosis struggling with economy. He has managed to resaturate this, but he's mined out here. We've got no workers working. He really needs another mining base, and I think that's his only win condition. I think even though our Protoss has got idle workers, he's mining here, and he's mining here. 3 mining bases versus 1 mining base. It's just an unfair fight from an economics point of view. Oddie does scan to confirm that it is not 4 mining bases, but it is still 1 too many. Sets up the command center here, and this is where the fight's going to go, because the Protoss knows if he can deny the second mining base, he's going to be able to take this game down. This is not a huge army. I think he could probably take this. Artosis has done quite nicely here just to basically block production. So this has become like a war zone, but what he's doing is he's double roboing and he's ferrying his units out the back, so he's not losing that production capacity. I mean, the power of the shuttle here really on display. I think this is like a Shuttleman exhibition. It's been really, really good. And here we go. He's got plenty of units in shuttles, so that should be able to do the zealot bombs, the storm bombs, all the damn bombs. This man's a meteor and a bomb. So this base is up and running. This base is almost up and running. If Artie can transfer from his natural, I didn't have many, so he's obviously already done 1. Potentially another SCV transfer, and then he's right back in the game, for sure. Shuttleman, Shuttleman, does whatever a Shuttleman can. Okay, so here we go. Trying to get a good wide view on this. Where does he choose to take this engagement? The tanks are kind of all over the show, not sieged up. The shuttles, though, now facing some pain from the Goliaths, forcing a drop of the units. They kind of all camped on top of each other. A storm here would be really, really juicy. There isn't one forthcoming. I heard the Templar die. The Protoss, though, chooses to dive in here. Has a DT or 2, which drags a mine. And only 1 tank dies as a result. But there's a lot of Dragoons here. I think he's got the critical mass. The Observer here, very, very, very usefully placed, because those mines were no longer able to serve as defensive. But then when he sees the tanks regrouping with his other tanks that were just kind of chilling here, goes, no longer a fair fight, backs away. I think picking his battles has been really, really good here from our Protoss so far. And Artosis is playing a really solid game. Has fought valiantly to get these bases back online. And he's not got either gas mining, but he doesn't seem to be short of gas, so that's not really a major factor. If anything, our Protoss is the one struggling with gas. And it does have an assimilator on the way here. So he's breaking out of this little prison. I think it's not so much having this position or retaking this nexus that's going to be the factor. It's just that now his units can move freely out of the gateways, and so he's got his full macro power back. He may actually lay this down. I mean, there's a couple of valuable patches here, so he may actually just do that. We'll keep an eye on that. Uh-oh. Now sends his observer over after losing about 5 or 6 units to mines. Alrighty, so the other big critical base in this match, this one, and of course this one with all these gateways, is now under siege. And I don't think Protoss is going to have much of a choice here. They're going to have to respond. Here's what he's got. So we've got the wide angle view here. Got a lot of Dragoons. And that is about it. Okay, frontal and back. So it's a full flank attempt here. Here it is. We'll zoom in as we go. Shuttles will drop in from the backside. I still haven't seen many storms, but it's not going to matter much. The flank means that the siege tanks have got no idea who to fire on. Zealots jump on top of everything, and that is very, very nicely held. Supplies, though, are still even, but at least for the time being, this base is no longer under siege. Did lose a lot of probes, though, so he's going to have to remake those. And it's just letting these vultures have a good time here. Uh-oh. I don't know why he's engaging. I think he just needs to mop this up. Has now finally moved some units over there to do that. 128 plays 145. So the flank looked really good, but Artosis still ahead in supply. Still got the 2 mining bases going, and is just enjoying the cost efficiency that is Terran. Constantly able to remake factory units. Would imagine they would be fully upgraded now. Only 2-1 at this late stage of the game. Is he working on the upgrades? Yep, so there will be 3-2 relatively soon. He does have the money now to afford that. As predicted, he has thrown up this Nexus here. And I think Artie's going to take this one. If I dare make a prediction, I hate doing that because when I'm wrong, I look like such a buffoon. But I've got to back this. He's got this mining base, establishing this base as well. If he can hold on to this, the sheer maths of it would tell me that he cannot lose. I think this is the key battle. And Artosis is able to knock this down, which looks like he's positioning to do. Here we go. Have to keep an eye on the split. Find some Reavers. What if they've been around for the long time, or if he's just made them now? Oh dear. Ouch. Shuttleman to the very end, I think he's going to be. Decent layer of mines, turrets, so you can detect the DTs. Very patient and methodical here from Artie. Shuttles are dropping here. He doesn't actually have this active as of yet. And he's just kind of sacking these shuttles unintentionally. So this base... Alright, so he forces the engagement. Here it is. Army's a little bit split off. Oh, that mine! Oh my god, he juiced 4 goons with one little cluster of mines. That really, really hurts though, but he's dropping the Reavers down here to take the fight. These Vultures kind of blocking the road. The tank bombs, or the Zealot bombs from the tanks. Very nice sieging here, or very nice storm as well. 149 plays 170. I'm pretty sure Artosis will endure. He's also, by the way, repressuring this area, which was a critical mining base and a critical source of reinforcement. So he's concurrently pressuring 2 spots. And I think if you can just clear these Reavers, we are proving to be massively, massively painful. I think that'll be the last of the resistance from our Protoss. So as these units are coming out of the rallies, they're just getting whacked. More tanks sieging up. Firing on the Nexus, not the Reavers, interestingly enough. So the last of these units are going to be tidied up here, but 168 plays 130. Our Protoss is just running out of steam. And that's it. He taps out. And I must be honest with you, that's probably the best TVP that I've seen Artosis play on Dominator. This Protoss was not rubbish. He was a solid player. His Reaver play was decent. His micro wasn't bad. His use of shuttles to manage good engagements was good. He never sledgehammered or meat grinded his army into the Terran at any point. He was constantly counter-attacking. He had really good macro. But Artosis' army movement was really decent. The key moment in the game was establishing this base, holding onto it, and then counter-pressuring and knocking down key positions for the Protoss and continuously taking decent trades. So that was a really cracking TVP. I really, really enjoyed that. I hope you did as well. Please do leave a like, comment. Any feedback on the videos is always much appreciated. Until next time, I'm Rabbit Roo, and you must take it easy.